Welcome everybody to Two Sailors in a Drink.
Yes, sir.
Your boy Bev.
It's your boy Matt.
We back at it again.
Yes, sir.
As always, listen, we back at it again with another topic for y'all.
True that.
We're gonna discuss something with all the stuff going on in the world today. You know, Trump got successfully or unsuccessfully. We're gonna say it was successful. I don't care what nobody say. We dropped them bombs on them people.
Hey.
Propaganda
Bombs on
wins.
Baghdad.
But
even though it went bad, Dad, you know.
Bombs on Baghdad, B.O.B. Anyway, but yeah, hardships of being in the military. No matter whether you Navy, Marines, Army,
it don't matter.
Coast Guard, Air Force, Chair
matter.
Force. We know what y'all know.
Right.
You know, we almost forgot Space Force.
Yeah.
We still don't know what y'all really do.
Really don't.
But
right.
Y'all in there.
Y'all there.
Right now, y'all just a conglomerate of people pulled from all different branches of the military.
You know what I'm saying? We appreciate what y'all do. You know,
good.
salute.
We appreciate what y'all do.
But
y'all managing weather balloons and space mapping.
You know, things that normal meteorologists do.
Hey, don't be playing with meteorologists, man. You can't execute the mission without knowing what the weather is.
I mean, true.
Okay. It's a rainy day. The sniper need to know what to do.
They need to know.
The drones need to strike where they need to strike.
They got to strike.
The bombs need to drop where they need to drop.
They need to be bombing.
So like Trump said, it was a success. 45-47.
Or not.
Nah.
45-47.
Hey, man.
But nah, man. So no, what we talking about, like I said, as Bevan said, you know, we're doing hardships, you know, while being in the military, you know, coming from my standpoint. So what was one of yours?
I'm gonna say one. There ain't no greater hardship than two branches in the military. I think got the greatest hardship: the Army,
okay,
and Navy / Marines, because you know the Marines,
right,
the Navy, right. So they kind of got a shared hardship. Marines is kind of have a hardship that's like the Army and the Navy. Right.
They two
boots on
mix.
the ground, but also might be on the fucking boat.
True.
That ain't nice.
No.
At all.
No.
Army, they just gonna be in the desert.
They gonna be in the desert. They gonna
might
be there.
In the woods. They might be in the jungle. They might be in a rucksack. They might be whatever. Navy, you gonna be on a ship, submarine.
Yep.
You
Destroyer.
might be lucky. You might be in a P3 squadron. P8s now.
Right.
You know. Land-based deployments, vacationing,
true,
getting per diem.
Cause I sure had that.
You know what I'm saying?
What?
Had that, but you know that ship life, that's tough.
Man, talk about it. But
again, I don't know nothing about it. I can't talk about that. I was a P8, P3. Anyway, I can't talk about that. I just really can't. You can tell all about that. But either way, underway is underway.
True that.
And deployed is deployed,
yes,
detachment or deployed. So being away from your family, the lack of communication.
Yeah.
One thing that is a big problem right now with a lot of the people being deployed right now, you know, with everything going on, Iran, Israel.
Yeah.
Russia.
Yeah. Got the ones that got them sleeper cells.
Yeah, all that stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
So OPSEC, operational security, for those who don't know what that is.
Right.
Your wife, your sister, your cousin, your mama, your daddy, whoever it is, please don't be giving away talking about shit movement.
Nope.
Your kid, your husband, your spouse, whoever told you where they was at because they just wanted to tell you, you know what I'm saying, a little something about where they was at. They did not expect for you to make a post about at this time they was at this location and they doing fine. That's operational security. You giving away shit movement. You giving away, you know, details that
because they can
our
pinpoint
enemies are watching.
Right.
All right.
At any given time, if they wanted to, they can literally pinpoint that.
So let's
and
stop
triangulate,
doing that, folks.
So yeah, so you don't want to do that.
You ain't got to put all the business on Facebook. You ain't got. I know you're bored at home. Yeah. I know you worried about your partner. Yeah. Worried about your kid. But let's keep that shit in house.
Best thing you could do is, like I said, literally even in your mail, because I mean a lot of people don't know that mail gets checked. Before it comes in.
Yeah, don't put nothing freaky deaky in the mail.
Yeah, that mail gets checked before it comes in. So what you thought you was sending in secrecy You
Ain't
really
secret.
wasn't. It really ain't secret.
That care package
Yeah.
might have some care missing.
Might
from
have some care missing from it. And they gonna tape it back up just like how it was.
Yup.
You don't know it. You didn't see it.
Oh,
Right.
You thought you was gonna get some good,
Right.
And you won't gonna share.
Right. Hello.
Run that cookie, my man.
Right. So I mean, one of the hardships, like I said, definitely with family, man. Like I said, because I had that being on the ship. Like I said, it gets to a point to where you see the exact same thing every single day.
Well, that's why I say Navy
Every
is probably
single
the
day.
hardest.
Yes.
Because Army, we ain't at war.
No.
You ain't really deploying nowhere, right?
But Navy,
really
you
going.
always doing workups.
24/7,
Literally,
the military,
you're there.
the Navy is deployed.
Navy is
in
deployed.
defense of the United States.
And even though they call it workups or work ops, you literally are out there at least for 2 weeks. Because what they're doing is, if you ever start going on the workups and everything, I'm telling you, whenever you start going on them workups, it's literally they're training you. Just know, after a certain time, you're gonna be the next person to be. You're gonna be the next ship to be called, whether you're in the squadron attached to that ship, or whether you're on the ship actually doing it. Like I said, I was on 2 ships in my time that I was
that
in.
squadron being attached to a ship is like fake shore duty.
Absolutely,
Right? You
I
feel
was
like
there.
you shore duty, you
Yeah.
chilling, you kicking it.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, your plane need to be at
so
the ship.
we deploying in 2 weeks. Excuse me? I thought we was shore duty. No. We just attached. We don't stay on the ship, but we attached to where you got to go deploy.
Yeah, and your ship might be in fucking bumfuck wherever the hell. So like, I know my ex-wife, she was attached to a ship that was in like San Diego or whatever. We was in Washington State, so they would have to ship
East Coast
the entire
to-
squadron.
wow.
Well, no, West Coast. So they had to take the whole squadron
Oh, Washington. You said Washington. I thought you
down
meant
from
Washington,
Washington
DC.
State
Okay.
to California.
Right.
Then they get on the ship, and then they deploy
Right.
out to wherever they're gonna go.
Luckily, I was attached to VFA 143, Puking Dogs. Yeah.
Puking dog.
Puking Dog. Dude,
Where they
I'm
come up
telling
with
you.
these names.
Right. That part.
Like I was in the VQ1 World Watchers. World Watchers.
We gonna watch your ass.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Hey.
That the name tells you all you need to know. We watching some shit
Right.
that you might not need to know.
Exactly. But we was attached to the first one that I was attached to was CVN 69, Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Eisenhower.
Yeah, they called it the Love Boat, and it had a specific name for a
I
reason.
need you to elaborate on the Love Boat. Is
Oh.
it because everybody in the
I'm about
Prego
to.
on that boat?
I'm about to. So what ended up happening was there was a couple of.
This ain't sea story time. This
It
is
ain't
hard
sea
shit.
story time.
Hardship.
This is hardships.
But I guess that is a hardship.
I'm gonna tie it in.
Because if you're married and you on
Right.
a Love Boat,
Right.
Hard times is
and
coming.
that was the case for one of them. Like I said, just the hardship you literally turn into it. I mean, you got to think about it. If you can't withhold yourself of what you're doing while you on the ship, and you
What
mess
they say,
around and
what
you
happen
get
on deployment
and you
stay
mess
on
with
deployment.
it don't. Sometimes it don't. Sometimes it don't.
Unless-
Sometimes your deployment mistakes
home with you.
come home with you. And then now you got to explain why that mistake came home with you.
there's only 2 mistakes that can come home with you.
This is true.
Burning
Or churning.
baby.
Churning.
Ooh, churning. Ooh, burning and
Yeah,
churning.
burning or
Boy, that
churning.
boy rhyming and
Hey,
spitting.
I'm just saying, sometimes you got to make it do what it do, you know what I'm saying? Got to
your
make
name
it
Dylan?
you got to make it sell. Not just playing. But no, like I said, those are one of the hardship mental. You got to think about it. Anybody that's in a still
space.
moving place for 6 months,
6 to
sometimes
9
8
months.
months, sometimes 9 months.
Yeah.
That's mental, man. Like you gotta literally
on
be
water, not pulling into a
Right.
port often. And see, They like to give you that perception like
Right.
you pulling into a port once a month. You ain't pulling into a port once
No.
a month.
No.
You might
No.
pull into a port once every 4.
Let me give
that
you-
means you might have had 2 port calls the whole fucking
Let
time.
me give you an example.
For 3 days.
I was literally pulling to Italy for the first time. We were
Okay.
going to Italy.
How long did y'all actually stay there? And
That
Dad
ain't
don't
even-
want no week.
That ain't even the cold part, my guy.
I was there maybe 2 days.
That ain't even the cold part.
Mm.
Cold part was we didn't even get to go. They sent out one boat to come get one group. They radioed back and said, water's too choppy. We can't take nobody back, nor can we bring anybody in. So we had to sit and look at the port of Italy for 3 fucking days.
Hold on. The water was too choppy for 3 days?
3 days.
That y'all couldn't.
We couldn't even. And honestly, when I looked
Hold
out
up.
there,
The United States Navy said the
United
water was
States
too
Navy
choppy.
said the water was too
Meanwhile,
choppy.
y'all probably seen some yachts and shit just kind of cruising.
Guess what I did? TAD. To where? Security. So I was I was a
temporary
MAA.
assignment duty.
I was a
TAD,
master
temporary
at
assignment
arms.
duty.
Temporary
Was master
assignment duty to master at arms department, and I had to walk around that bitch with a gun, 24/7,
Patrolling and shit.
patrolling the ship. Not 24/7, but my shifts, at least 12 hours.
So, 12-hour shifts on the ship. Because you ain't getting no 8.
No.
That's a dream.
And that was 3 on and 3 off, 3 on and 2 off. Had
So
3
3 days
days we used to
straight.
do security.
So 3 days straight, 12. Then you had
Yep.
2 days off.
2 days off.
But them
Well,
2
I ain't have
days
to do
off,
that.
you was just sitting in your rack.
Oh no,
You wouldn't get no port call.
I was a yeoman. They brought my ass in so I could
Oh.
do work.
Hold on. So your 2 days off was back in the office?
Yes.
In one?
In one.
In one?
Right. Report.
What's Army? S1
Right.
or
And
something?
2. So literally, I'm sitting in there as an AZ3.
Liberty call.
Bro.
Liberty call.
Liberty call.
The fuck a Liberty call?
What the Liberty call?
So anyway, hardship is the fact that you're going to work
Yeah.
about 24/7.
Right. Even though you sitting off the port of Italy.
looking
Italy.
at some beautiful shit
Italy.
right off the old damn boat.
I couldn't even go. So I couldn't get no relief.
They ain't even let y'all swim right off the edge of the boat.
Bro, we weren't even that close.
No. So yeah,
Yeah.
that sucks. So next hardship,
Yes, sir.
you know, you might come home and might question how though is you Prego?
Bro.
Ah,
Man.
is you or is you ain't the pappy?
I had a couple of guys
I
like that.
don't know, man. Listen, man.
It's a couple
It's
of guys
always
that
one.
came on like that.
It's always 1 or 2.
That was crazy.
Man, listen.
Yeah, just if you
Kids is
if you armed, just don't pull it. Don't pull it. Just
it's better to just find
walk. It's just better to just turn around and walk
something
out.
new to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, hey, you better go to the legal
Hey,
team, you better
no,
go to
no,
them
no, no,
Jags.
no. Whatever your deployment wife was,
Right.
she be your new wife.
Right.
She your new wife now.
Listen,
Cause
man.
your wife you left with.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Nah. But
Belong to the sea,
but
not the streets.
But also another thing is, like I said, with the ones that's on land, like I said, you gotta think about it. Like, not that I've experienced it, but just speaking from just kind of some stories from my dad. You know, there was some issues.
Your dad was Navy?
Oh, my dad was Army.
Oh, my dad was
Yeah,
Army too.
he.
So we both did the same thing. We
Yeah.
said, Nigga,
No.
don't do the Army, do the complete
Let me do the
opposite.
Navy. So
I tried to
with
do the Air
them
Force, but they ain't want
actually being there, like I said, I ain't gonna lie. Before I say what I was gonna say, them MREs used to be busting. When my daddy brought them in, I love them shits.
That's
Shit,
child nostalgia and you telling you that shit.
it's true. But I loved it though.
Because-
It was in a brown sack. Now mind you, it was in a brown sack.
There's only like 2 MREs all time
Right,
that was
well, hey,
actually good.
Hey,
though.
I get that chicken and rice. I be fucking that shit up.
It was like a lasagna one.
It was a
or something that
lasagna one
was
too.
good.
But man, I used to and then the chocolate chip and the brownie.
Man, look, man.
Oh.
You about to have somebody having a PTSD moment over a fucking brownie.
But it was
Because
good though.
some
Hey,
whizzed by their head. We
Hey.
don't say what whizzed by their head. Some whizzed by their head while they was eating that.
While they was eating that
nasty
brownie.
ass brownie. Okay, but look,
But-
man, it's a whole lot of trauma that you gonna get from the military
This is true.
too. I hate to say it. It ain't gonna just be combat trauma either, because random shit be happening. I mean,
you got to
look,
think about the
it's
training.
Men's Mental Health
aspect.
Month. We're
Yeah.
gonna talk about this. Like, unfortunately, I done found some people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to find somebody. I did a wellness check one time. I found somebody on they just said fuck it. You know, they sat on their bike, revved that bitch in the damn garage. Damn. So, you know, y'all got some stuff going on. Need somebody to talk to. Talk to somebody.
Talk to somebody, man.
Get some help. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, it's good to have.
Especially our shipmates, other military personnel, veterans.
Matter of
you know what I'm
fact,
saying? We all going through something. Reach out to somebody. Find somebody to talk to.
Matter of fact, I'll talk about it. I'll talk about a personal experience. I'll give you a personal experience before we get ready to head out. I was going through it. I was in the barracks. I was staying with my friends, or not my friends. I was actually in the barracks and everything, and had one. You know, my other friends, they were staying in the barracks too. They weren't married. I was the only one that was married at the time. So, long story short, I went missing for like a couple of hours or whatever.
Okay.
And this was during the time me and my ex-wife, we were talking, and then, you know, she had gave me some news. It was just like, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to be with you anymore. This ain't working.
News that you wasn't really
News
trying
I
to-
really wasn't trying to, you know,
you
hear.
disappeared for a little bit. You
I
found
disappeared
somewhere
for a
to
little
go.
bit. But I had friends that knew that I had left for a while.
Yeah, they knew where you
And
was
they
at, though.
knew where it was like, wait a minute, he's supposed to be here. Where Parham at? So they went looking for me.
Okay.
Luckily, one of my boys found me. And when he found me, he said, "Hey, what you doing?"
Mm-hmm.
I literally had pills in my hand
Oh yeah, man.
that I was about to get ready to literally
do a lot
sit
of
there
different things,
and
man.
and literally, you know, I was about to
the
do
plunge.
that.
I feel that.
I was about to take the plunge, but he literally looked at it and he said, "Hey, man," he said, "Give me that." He said, "Man, I can't." I just told him, I said I couldn't take it because it's to the point where I got a little girl.
Well, I mean, one
You know
of the
what I'm
biggest
saying?
problems you're gonna see in the military always is that they're gonna give you too much stuff
Right.
to, you know what I'm saying?
And so, like I said, speaking from personal experience, it ain't even got to be, like you were saying,
Yeah.
it ain't even got to be in a war zone. It ain't even got to be,
Yeah,
it can
it's
literally be
different
right here on the home front.
Flight line, the most dangerous place in the world, man.
Exactly.
Most dangerous job in the military or just
Exactly.
any place. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? I unfortunately had to see some things with
Yeah, I
flight
did.
lines. So,
I didn't see it, but
well, you got
I
the
heard
you
the,
got
I
the safety
heard the-
stand down, safety brief.
right, I heard the literal commotion from it, and it was crazy.
So,
It was
but
crazy.
either way,
Yeah,
there's been two sailors in a drink. You know, appreciate y'all rocking with us.
for sure, for sure.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
and
Like,
as always,
subscribe.
you better like, subscribe, and
Yes,
follow.
indeed.
You know what I'm saying? Because we going to make it do what it do every time when we get on here. And as always, we out.